Welcome to Toomey Earthmovers. My name is Damien Toomey and I'm the production manager here in our manufacturing facility. My father, Roger Toomey, started this manufacturing project about 8 years ago. And from very humble beginnings, the company is now producing world-class earth-moving equipment. Specifically, these tractor-drawn scrapers here. I often get asked, what were the concepts that Roger had in mind when he started to design the Toomey Earthmover? And what makes this particular earthmover stand out from all the other tractor-drawn earthmovers you see here in Australia and around the world? The answer is pretty simple. He wanted to build the very best performing earthmover that ticked the box for every conceivable working application. Why did he want to do this? It was simply because that he had spent so many years operating these types of earthmovers in a whole range of job sites, and there was always something about the machines he was operating throughout that period of his life as an operator that both frustrated and annoyed him. For over 35 years, the bug niggled away until he had to do something about it. And after a lot of drawing and design changes, the first Toomey Earthmover bucket came out of a farmer's shed not too far from here down the road. The rest, they say, is history. And let's start with the basics. Firstly, Roger wanted the machine to be strong enough to work in all the various dirt environments that these machines would encounter. If you look around the machine, you'll find these Hardox 450 labels, and this is a high-strength steel from Sweden and is highly regarded around the world as being an excellent quality plate, if not the best in its class. Now, as a mechanical engineer, I started working with my father using my experience and expertise in practical fabrications and software design and analysis to bring this manufacturing project into the modern world. You see, to make the perfect earthmover, it not only has to be tough or easy to maintain, it has to be user-friendly. This really means a lot of different things to different users, but essentially, it needs to be able to operate in all conditions possible, be easy to work on when you have to do maintenance, and let you do every job imaginable that one of these machines can physically do. Let's start with the easy to operate in all conditions point. Basically, the standard selling point of this machine is if you can get the dirt into the Toomey, you can get the dirt out. You see, these buckets have the unique ejection action, which is a two-part operation to remove the dirt. Firstly, the bowl tips forward and spills most of the material out naturally using only gravity. In dry conditions, this is possibly all that is required. But when you start working in damp, wet, sticky, gluey materials, the tipping bowl floor just won't get that material out. And that's why we have this sweep ejector tailgate here that swings into action. Once the bowl is fully tipped forward and the material that is held into the bowl is simply swept out with no effort at all. So the operator doesn't need to do anything fancy. Now, the other function that helps this earthmover work in any condition is the two-part apron. As you can see in here, there is a hinge running across the apron and it splits it into two halves. And what happens is the bottom half rotates through an arc around the pivot and the top half folds up and forward over the front of the machine. And this reduces the restriction to inflow and outflow of the material, and a huge benefit is once the apron opens, there is clear visibility into the bowl for the operator to observe what the dirt is doing as he either loads or unloads. Now let's talk about the back of the machine. In the back of the machine we have a set of rocker axles either side of the machine. These are our cross levelers and they tilt the machine on an angle, lean it to one side or the other. And to make life simple for inexperienced operators, we now have a design where both cross levelers are fully retracted or bottomed out with the blade in the flat position, so no cross slope. To get the blade to a cross slope angle, one side only will raise while the other side stays retracted and vice versa. To go back to the flat blade position, the tractor controls are simply put into float and the raised cylinder drops the blade back to the level attitude. Comfort is another necessity. These buckets have a cushion hitch incorporated into the front drawbar assembly. Turn it off and see how quickly the operator reaches for the auto switch. Now, this allows the tractor to tow the earthmover at speeds not possible where there is no cushioning. As well as that, we have a 360-degree rotating swivel hitch to connect close as we can to the back of the tractor. This reduces the load that the tractor sees from the scraper. Finally, and most importantly, the Toomey Earthmovers are very effective at trimming and grading. The typical scraper earthmover won't trim at the speeds that the Toomey Earthmover is able to, And at speeds over 4 or 5 miles an hour, these machines will start what is called in the agricultural earth moving industry as duck walking or wobbling from side to side. The rigidity of the folded plate construction, the centre lift geometry combined with the inline cushion hitch and offset rocker axles all combine to produce this very stable bucket, which means higher working speeds than any other similar earth movers in all conditions and greater productivity and efficiency. To summarise, the Toomey Earthmovers are extremely capable earth movers in both bulk heavy earthworks applications, in construction projects, as well as agricultural earthworks where grading, cut and fill, trimming are essential components that makes them a truly multi-purpose machine for all applications. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this informative.